This is Chester Moore, Editor-in-Chief of Texas Fish and Game Magazine, here with Bassmaster Elite Series Pro Gary Klein, and we're talking my favorite category of lures, crankbaits. But you guys have something, you were just telling me, very special about this crankbait.
Yeah, it really is. You know, this is the dredger line that we've actually just brought out here at ICAST. We have been working on this project for 3 years, and one of the really cool features about this bait, the one that I have in my hand is a 25-foot plug. We can hit the bottom with this in 25 feet with 10-pound test line, but look at the size. It's not an oversized body with an oversized lip to achieve that type of depth. So we're really proud of the Dredger series, and if you really look at all of the sizes, they're actually small profile for the depths that they can achieve. And the other really cool thing is we have all the original fish catching old colors, like the faded out chartreuse, powder blue tops. It is really a cool project. These baits right here cast like a bullet and they catch fish.
Yeah, you were telling me about how if this thing deflects, it's not going to go off the trail, it's going to stay on the hunt.
Well, exactly. You know, that's one of the key things about, fishing a hard bait. You know, it's an artificial bait, and you're trying to fool a bass into biting it. Yeah. And normally, it's a directional change that'll trigger the strike. So you always hear the old thing about bump the stump or make sure you hit the log or bang it off the rock. Well, that's all we're really doing with an artificial bait is a directional change. And to a bass, that kind of mimics something that's injured, and that's usually what will trigger the strike. These lures right here, when you deflect or bounce off a rock or something, they don't lose their bite in the water column and want to slide to the top. Yep. They basically just swim right over the top of it and maintain their dig in the water.
Yeah, because there may be times that bass doesn't want to get too much out of that strike zone. He wants to kind of stay in a zone down there, and you want him to kind of get deflected, but also go back exactly kind of where he's going to be in that zone.
Well, exactly, and you don't want to lose your retrieve, because what happens with a crankbait, if it deflects and it loses its bite in the water column, then the angler has to stop the retrieve and let the bait upright to get it going again. And usually that right there will turn the fish off, and they'll pull, they won't bite it. They'll just swim away from it.
All right. This is a square bill, but not just a regular square bill.
Well, it's really not. A square bill is something that's real dear to my heart because it's a tool, and it's a very efficient tool when I'm catching fish, basically in the upper part of the water column, real shallow. So what we did is they gave me the opportunity to just basically design the best square bill that you can think of. So I took the body, and there's a couple features that I did. This right here is our 7.5, and on our ranking system, our 5.5 or 7.5, that is the depth that the bait will achieve on a cast, even though we do fish these around the real heavy cover. But the key feature on this is what I did is I took and I flattened the nose. I broadened that out, because that right there is one of the keys to creating the water flow around the body of the bait. The other key feature that you'll notice on Pit Bull is I took and I steepened the back of it coming off on the shoulders. And I did that simply to enhance the light reflection with the paints that we're using. So you get a lot of the real pretty iridescent shimmies as this bait's swimming through the water. And it's a real natural look. But most important is that the body matched up with that particular flat square bill. God, it is just a fish catching action, and it's real weedless. I fish it in the timber all the time, so it's an awesome bait. I'm real proud of it.